welcome in and or welcome back to my channel, Home of Christy T. I'm Christy T, and I'm so excited to bring you guys along for the journey, so let's get started. All right, so today's DIYs take us outside, and I'm super excited because now, as always, guys, I will be leaving all of the materials listed down below, as well as any additional supplies that you may want to pick up. I did pick up all of my supplies from Lowe's, so I will leave links to things if you want to just go and get those exact items, but also, once again, just cut lists and everything like that. Now, one thing to keep in mind is that since I am freehanding this based off my inspiration image, this is just going to be according to whatever feels right for your shelf. Mine, I just really wanted to let my creative juices flow, and this is what happened, and I'm super excited with how it turned out and just being able to create something that didn't feel really pressured, or it just was able to flow basically. So like I said, check everything linked out down below, and let's get back into it.
I like this. I didn't think I was going to nail it on the first straw, but here we are.
Alright, so now that we have our sketch complete, it is now time to saw. Now, I will be using my jigsaw to do this, but if you don't have a jigsaw, I think you could use a squirrel saw to do this as well. And my tools aren't the newest, obviously. I've had them for years, and I'm hoping to upgrade soon, but for now, this is what I'm working with. But like I said, I'm using a jigsaw. You can easily pick this up from Walmart or Home Depot or Lowe's or any of those places to pick up your first jigsaw. I do have a corded one, but I highly recommend maybe getting a battery powered one, just because it may be easier to work around, but obviously that comes with pros and cons as well. But we're gonna go ahead and use my jigsaw to do this. So yeah, that's right, girl. Go ahead and put that personal protective gear on, because we're not trying to lose an eyeball or inhale dust or lose a finger or anything like that. So get that mask on, get your goggles on. In my case, I'm using my shades as my eye protection, but we are making sure we're being safe in all of our DIYs.
Take me home, take me on a ride. I got a good feeling about the colors lighting up your eyes. Take me home, take me to the sky. I got a good feeling. Tell me the only thing you are is mine now. Na, 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 na. I got a good feeling. Na, 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 na. I got a good feeling. Good feeling. You wanna know is...
So this is literally a beginner tip that I would give you, is that if you are a beginner to cutting wood, or even just uncomfortable with cutting large amounts of wood at a time, especially with the jigsaw, because one thing that can happen is that blade can heat up, especially when it's under a lot of tension from both sides of the wood rubbing against it while it's cutting. I would suggest kind of go ahead and cutting that big chunk off, and then kind of go in and refine those details, which is what you saw me do here. That is why I was able to show you this portion here, and then wow, this is the worst angle ever. You guys cannot see me getting in there and getting the details, but that is what I'm doing here. I'm going back in to get the finer details, just so that I don't have any issues with my jigsaw while I'm cutting.
Take me home, take me on a ride. I got a good feeling about the colors lighting up your...
And now it was time to finally sand down my piece, which was what I need to do before I paint it, obviously. Or so I thought. Forgot the sanding disc. So isn't this how DIY goes? I kind of missed this because I didn't get to have these experiences as much in Japan. I guess, I don't know. But anywho, so I went in to go get the sanding disc to put on my orbital sander, and just to realize that I don't have any more. I only have sanding paper, as in the sheets of paper, and I'm not finna hand sand this whole board. It's just not about to happen. You could, don't get me wrong, you could, but for the edges that I need to knock out, as far as like the areas where like the cut may have not been so perfect, you know what I mean, and then I need to get it really smooth because I also want to prime it and I want to spray paint it and I want it to have the smoothest possible finish, and I need sandpaper. So sanding is on hold for now. I did have another project I need to complete, but I might be doing that in the house because I just saw the ugliest cricket in my garage and I don't know how I feel about that. So project I'm recording for another video for you guys, and I can just do that in the house because it doesn't require as many abrasive tools as I used earlier. Also, this is what the project is looking like thus far. So if you can imagine, it kind of looks like a corbel. I'm not gonna lie, it's like I'm making my own corbels. If you know what a corbel is, you know, it sits against the wall like this. It usually holds up a shelf, or sometimes it has, you know, ornate features on it. But obviously no, we're just flipping it and it's gonna sit into the wall like this, which I'm super excited about. And that's another reason I need my sander, so I can round out this edge here. I don't want it to be any square lines besides what's sitting flush with the wall. So yeah, it obviously needs a really good sanding. I think I did pretty good though with the jigsaw, and I only got one little area where I think I could have done better. But as far as getting up against that line, there is one area right here where I notched out too much, but I think it still looks pretty good. But other than that, I think I got closest to the line as possible without going too far. If I could give you any tips when it comes to cutting any type of wood, it would be that, especially with a shape like this, to just kind of get the bulk of your wood off, which is what you guys saw me do a little bit earlier, and then kind of go back in and refine the details. And then I did also want to let you guys know that I am going to be sanding this off camera, one, because I had to go back to the store, and two, because I obviously don't want a bunch of sand on my camera. So you can see in this clip here that I have sand stains on my pans because this is the same day that I sanded, and I have wiped my board down, and I'm now going to be priming it with the Ben shellac based primer. I used this in one of my previous videos, I think last week's video, to do a DIY, and I really thought this was going to have a high smell because it has a high VOC number or VOC, but it does not. So I was able to use it inside my home on top of this paper, and I highly suggest just using a paint roller to go ahead and do this, but obviously stir it first and then go ahead and prime your boards. Now if you're staining, then obviously you can skip this step, but since I am going to be spray painting it, now we're going to go ahead and prime. So one more thing I forgot to tell you about the sanding process is that I started with an 80 grit and then I worked my way down to a 220 to give me the smoothest finish possible. Obviously use what you have, but once again, working your way down just kind of allows it to fully knock out all of those little nooks and crannies, and just kind of make sure that there's going to be as smooth as possible finish, especially since I'm priming it and painting it. I really wanted to have the cleanest, most plasticky looking finish, so definitely something to consider when choosing how you want to finish your board. Let's spray paint. I am using this Rust-Oleum American 2x primer in the color Aqua. So I did 2 coats of this Rust-Oleum 2x primer and paint mixed together. This is just so I can get the smoothest possible finish. And if you notice you have any texture after you have dried your spray paint, go in with very fine sandpaper, sand it back down, wipe it clean, and then go in with another coat of spray paint. This is just going to ensure you have that beautiful shellac kind of finish to your finished project. And this is how it was looking afterwards, and then we're going to look at the reveal. Dive into it like my love is an ocean. It's overflowing. I swear it's golden, so good that I'm rolling. So So this is how the final project turned out. This is so cute, and I'm so happy that I get to style this in my new office along with my beautiful wallpaper that we installed. Now this isn't the final position of where I'm going to be putting this. Obviously I did not attach the brackets here. I will be attaching brackets to attach it to my wall, but for this shot I just put it up with command strips. So I will see you guys in next week's video. I hope you guys enjoyed coming along with me today, and I can't wait to see what we create next. Bye.